your hardcore Brexiter, the person who probably thinks Boris Johnson is doing a great job on coronavirus, is going to try and portray Barnier here as having some sort of hissy fit. He is simply describing frustration at the fact that not only has there been no progress on the major points of negotiation, but also, as everybody knows, this again is reality. Boris Johnson put himself in handcuffs in December with the general election result. The political declaration makes promises to the European Union that would break promises he made to British people. That has always been clear. So expect, if you are in the sort of darker corners of social media today, expect to see an awful lot of people pretending that they understand what World Trade Organization rules mean and that they welcome them. And obviously don't, whatever you do, mention that the global head of Nissan said 2 days ago that if we come out on WTO terms, Nissan in the UK becomes unsustainable. And if Nissan becomes unsustainable, well, you can fill in the gaps yourself. But rather than admit reality or admit the truth, there will be plenty of people pretending that this is what they wanted all along. I no longer know. I think the most powerful prediction or projection I made when there was still a semblance of normality to proceedings was that we were going to end up with either no Brexit or no deal, simply because there is no negotiable Brexit that would keep any of the people that voted for it happy. We've already seen the backtracking. We've seen this week Boris Johnson begging European Union citizens to come back here to work. I don't know why they'd possibly feel unwelcome. And then, of course, today's news about chlorinated chicken. I'll just remind you of what Michael Gove had to say about chlorinated chicken a couple of years ago.
Yes, absolutely. There's no point in having high environmental and high animal welfare standards if you then allow them to be undercut from outside. And ultimately, if you have high standards here and then you allow food in from elsewhere, you're not really contributing to animal welfare or higher environmental standards. You're simply offshoring those low standards, and that's wrong.
Government confirmed yesterday that American will be, they won't be insisting on our food standards being observed by imports. They might instead try to impose tariffs. Good luck with that if you think that the American agriculture lobby is going to allow you to put a price on food that is literally designed to be cheap and horrible. It's probably going to come as something as a shock to Theresa Villiers as well.
The manifesto is very clear, the Prime Minister is very clear. We will protect our standards. We will be using our trade negotiations to make sure that it's only food that we believe is acceptable in our markets, which is allowed to come into our markets.
Well, in that case, the famous or infamous chlorine-washed chicken and hormone-injected beef, which would be illegal here, yes, would not be allowed to be imported. That's what you're promising.
It is illegal, yes. No, we will not be importing chlorinated chicken. We will not be importing hormone-treated beef. Both of those are illegal under EU law, which we are importing into our domestic system.
Oh, well, this should come as a shock to this Theresa Villiers as well, in rather shorter form.
It is illegal, yes. No, we will not be importing chlorinated chicken. We will not be importing hormone-treated beef.
Turns out we will. That was confirmed by the government yesterday. The same government, of course, that confirmed earlier, I think last month, that there will be border posts in Northern Ireland, something else that they swore blind would never happen. So I guess the takeaway from the Barnier thing is we can't be that surprised that Boris Johnson is trying to lie to Michel Barnier, given the scale of the lies that he's already told to the British people. So what do I think will happen? I don't know. I think there might be some sort of very flimsy free trade agreement, but if I had to put money on it, I probably would go with no deal.